Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. Many years ago, I had a telescope. It was about the time that Halley's Comet was coming around, and I bought a telescope to view it. It was a rather, oh gosh, this thing just died on me again for some reason. Did that go or not? Give me some blinky lights that I don't recognize. It looks like it's going, so why not? Anyway, I was saying, I bought this telescope to watch Halley's Comet. It was a high-end telescope, and it was pretty cool. Well, I watched Halley's Comet, it was in the 80s, and it was basically a dud. Well, I was talking to a friend who was talking to another friend, and the second friend said, I really would like to get a telescope. And I said, I've got one. And he says, oh, what kind? And I said, I think the make was a Questar. And he said, sounds like a high-end thing. And I said, well, yeah, it was kind of expensive. I think it cost me $600 in the 1980s. That would probably be well over $2,000 today. Anyway, and he said, well, I'll swap you a rifle for it. And I said, no, I could use a rifle. So we went over, and he laid a whole bunch of rifles down on the bed and said, pick one. So I picked up a lever. I always wanted a lever gun. So I picked up a lever gun. I said, how about this one? And he said, sounds good to me. Straight swap. We shook hands. And I walked home with a Model 99 Savage and 300 Savage. It was the first model with the rotating magazine and the rotating round counter on the side of the action. I put probably 10,000 rounds through that thing. And I loved it. I really loved it. Well, many years later, a fellow was looking through my collection and saw that. I needed the roof on my house repaired. And I said, tell you what, I'll buy the material. And for labor costs, how about that rifle? And he said, deal. So he fixed my roof. And he walked off with my Savage. And I've always missed a lever gun ever since. Well, another friend recently, about a year or two ago, he was, he saw one of my guns, which was a small coach gun, shotgun, gorgeous thing. And he said, well, I want that. And I said, well, what do you got? And he said, well, I've got a lever gun. And I said, what kind? I said, this. I said, straight deal? Yeah. So we swapped. This, by the way, is not what it looks like. It's based on a Marlin design, and it's nowadays marketed as a Rossi. It's made in Turkey. But this is the Rossi before they marked him as Rossi. So it's not marked Rossi anywhere on it, but this is the same pattern. This is in 44 Special, 44 Magnum. And it's a nice little rifle. And yes, I'm actually right eye dominant, but I've had a problem with my right eye, and I'm teaching myself to shoot with the left. And with this gun, I can wrap my head around and get my left eye on it just right. And I'm not as good shooting with my left eye, but I can shoot. But I really like lever guns, but I only have two anymore. I also had a 22, but I think I gave that to some young kid I knew. And this is my other one. This is an 1895 Winchester in 30-40 Craig. If you ever saw the movie Rough Riders, the sergeant played by Sam Elliott carries one of these into battle on Kettle Hill. It was Kettle Hill, not San Juan, that the Rough Riders charged up. Pony Soldiers took San Juan Hill, and the Rough Riders took Kettle Hill, and then grabbed some Spanish machine guns up there and strafed the attacking Spanish that were coming up on the Pony Soldiers. Then they charged the side of the hill and took that whole region and won the war. Well, this is that rifle, and I got this at a gun shop locally, and it was not cheap. And it needs a few things. It's got a crack in the stock, but it really works. And the thing about this gun is when you cock it it just basically explodes the entire innards out of it, which is kind of interesting, kind of cool, and kind of scary. And if you cock it and get your finger in the wrong place, you could really pinch yourself. But I think it's just a beautiful design. And this is an original Winchester 1895. It's a beautiful gun, and I love it. Anyway, I really like lever guns, but I'm still pining away for a Model 99 Savage. Every now and then in one of my local gun stores, I go over there and Colt has one on the shelf, and oh God, Colt, I want that. See, mine was pristine. It still had all the color case hardening on it. The wood was in absolutely impeccable shape. It looked gorgeous. I'll take a rough hunting rifle if that's all I can get, but I'm really, really looking for Savage Model 99. Just one of those things that, you know, it has nothing rational about it. It's just a lust of mine. Anyway, lever actions. They're cool. Happy trails.